Dr. Jas Thorne, a man whose life revolved around the cold, silent expanse of space, had just made a breakthrough. His custom-built gravitational wave interferometer, affectionately dubbed the Whisper, had captured something unprecedented. A measurable oscillation from the event horizon of a supermassive black hole, 55 million light-years away. To Aris, it was the closest thing to sound from a cosmic monster. For weeks, he'd been meticulously processing the raw data, filtering out the cosmic noise, eager to hear the universe's most profound silence. Hours bled into days, fueled by lukewarm coffee and the intoxicating promise of discovery. Aris ran the filtered data through a series of audio cleanup algorithms, slowing the incredible cosmic frequencies down to a humanly perceptible range. What he expected was a low, resonant hum, perhaps an ethereal drone. Instead, after a particularly aggressive noise reduction pass, a faint, ragged quality emerged. It wasn't static, it wasn't random, it was a cadence. A struggling, guttural rasp, barely audible beneath the digital hiss, like a ghost trying to find its voice in the storm. Aris isolated the segment, looped it, and cranked the volume, his heart pounding a frantic rhythm against his ribs. The rasp sharpened, coalescing into something undeniably articulate. It was a voice, ancient and tormented, screaming, and it was reciting numbers. A sequence of impossibly precise digits, repeated over and over, each iteration gaining a fraction of clarity, a sliver of desperate urgency. He hastily cross-referenced them with his stellar cartography database. His blood ran cold. The coordinates, they weren't random. They were Earth's, our home. Every new loop brought the terrifying realization into sharper focus. He tried to warn his colleagues, his department head, anyone who would listen. They dismissed it as auditory pareidolia, a trick of the mind, the desperate ravings of an overworked scientist. How could a black hole scream? But the voice in his headphones, echoing through the lab speakers he'd connected, was undeniable. It was getting louder, not just metaphorically, physically. The tremors started subtly, a low thrumming in the floorboards. Then the lab equipment began to vibrate. The screaming voice, reciting Earth's exact astronomical address, was no longer just a sound. It was a physical force, a resonant frequency building to an unbearable crescendo. The air itself vibrated, the lab shaking around Aris. The screaming voice was now a deafening roar, a monstrous cacophony of pain and fury that seemed to tear at the very fabric of reality. Windows cracked, plaster rained down. On the main monitor, the black hole's image pulsed with an unnatural, hungry light, no longer just a distant point, but a yawning maw seemingly drawing closer. The voice reached its peak, a final ear-splitting shriek that shook the building to its foundations. Then, with a sudden, horrifying clarity, it spoke not just coordinates, but a single guttural word, repeated over and over, faster and faster, until the sound became a single crushing truth. Mine, mine, mine. The silence that followed was not relief, but the deeper, colder silence of utter cosmic dread.